The talk about Gianluca Scamacca leaving West Ham is really starting to escalate now. It's really starting to gain some momentum. It's not something that's overly surprising. We've reported on this quite a few times on this channel, and it's been very much the case of the football club have been adamant that it's all news to them. That actually the player's very happy at West Ham. He's got future at West Ham. Blah 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 blah, going nowhere, and that's what we've reported, and rightly so. But we have also reported on what we think is going on, and the signs aren't good. They haven't been for a long time. They really haven't been with Scamacca. And I'm not just talking about his stats or not being available or fitting systems, because they're not great either. But really, let's be honest. I mean, I'm talking about fitting David Moyes' system. I don't think he does. I think that's evident. I think it's another Hilaire situation. It really is. We bought another player that doesn't fit the system. It's remarkable that we don't seem to have learned our lessons from this, and we've talked about that, and I'll talk about it again in a minute. But before I do, I wanted to talk a little bit about Scamacca. So he's had a tough season. I don't want to just criticise the guy and go, oh yeah, he's been awful. Let's be honest, he's had some bad injuries that hasn't helped, and he's missed a fair chunk of the season. A typical West Ham signing, isn't it? Injured throughout his first season. We're used to that. So I do think that's played a significant role, because when I've actually seen him play, I think he's looked pretty good. There's been some moments where I thought, wow, we've got a very good striker. Early on the season, me and Riley were doing videos and talking about this could be our Harry Kane. We've got someone that looks scoring goals. He holds up play. Looks great on the ball. And this is what we want. But as time's worn on, you're starting to feel that isn't the case. And as I say now, talk is starting to really ramp up. It's coming from all angles, which suggests it's probably coming from the Scamacca camp as well, i.e., agent trying to orchestrate a move away from West Ham. That's what I'm seeing, and that's what I think is happening. I've got to say now that this is a bit of a debate, and some people have kind of dismissed it, and I get that. I do understand it. But for me, I'm not going to dismiss it. I'm not impressed with his attitude at all. I don't like this walking away from stadiums and not watching us play. I don't like it. I really don't. I'm sorry. You should be invested in West Ham. Really should be. This is your club. You represent West Ham. This should be vital importance to you. Now, I'm just trying to get this right into the match he walked away from. I think it was the Arsenal game. I think, if I remember rightly, I think it might have been Arsenal at home where we drew 2-2, where Scamacca came to the stadium. Correct me if I'm wrong, if I haven't put the comments in, because I haven't made note of this, but I'm pretty sure it was that game. He came to the stadium on Sky as well. So, the Sky live TV cameras are catching Scamacca walking in the stadium. And then all of a sudden, he's leaving. He's leaving the stadium, jumping in a car and driving off. Now, what was reported back from the club and from X and everybody else was that he came in for a scan. Whatever, okay, day of the game, bit weird, I think, to come in for have a scan or whatever it was, a checkup. I don't know. He's coming in for a checkup at the club. Who knows? And then they've decided there and then it was better if he went home to watch it. I don't like that. I think that is ridiculous. I think if you come to the game, you watch your team. I mean, it's ridiculous. Why would you want to? What's the point? What's he going to do then? Go and put his feet up on the sofa? Well, if you're going to do that, you might as well stay at the stadium and watch the game. I don't get it. I didn't like it. I really didn't. I did a tweet on it and removed it quite quickly because it got a bit of backlash, to be honest. But I really don't like things like that. And I know some people don't bother them, but it bothers me. Another thing he did, which again, I think this is for me, what's sealing my opinion on the Scamacca situation, was the fact that when we were playing our Europa semi-final, it was the first leg against AZ Alkmaar. Scamacca was pictured at the Roma game in Italy, watching their Europa League game on the same night. I don't like that. I'm sorry, I just don't like that at all. I mean, one, he knows he's gone to the game, so he knows he's going to be seen. He knows he's going to be pictured, so it doesn't look great. And two, why would you not want to be watching West Ham to play? This is your club in a semi-final of European competition, and you're more bothered about watching Roma. I just don't like it. I'm these things bug me, really do. I just find it hard to look past the fact that is just not a good attitude. That's not the sort of player. It's not the sort of player I want at West Ham. I want someone to play for West Ham and love the club, want us to do well, and just be invested in it, not to come to treat it as if it's beneath them, because that's what that looks like. He's just not interested, not happy. I just don't think he's happy. Don't like it. So That's my feelings on that. As I've said, the club deny this. They deny it and continually emphasise the fact that he's happy and it's news to them and he'll be here next season. He's got a big future and all this stuff. When I see things like that, I'm not convinced. And let's be honest, when we've seen many clips of him and Moyes, and I think there was an image of him. I can't remember what game it was, where he was sitting on the floor by the dugout. He just looked so defeated, and I'm not impressed. I just don't like it. It doesn't look like a happy place for him to be. He's not happy. Let's be honest. Now, what is an interesting thing regarding Scamacca is there's two ways, isn't there? He's either staying and he'll be our main striker next season with Antonio and Ings. That could happen. There's no reason why that can't happen. Or we're going to sell him. Now, what we're hearing from the club at the moment is that this is when I say we're hearing, this isn't from X, this is from general media, is that David Sullivan wants to cash in on Scamacca, wants the £35 million back, because West Ham, it's been quite reported that the budget for this summer is quite heavily reliant on player sales, Rice and a few others. Okay, so having a £35 million for Scamacca, that's a lot of money, especially for a player that's not happy and not fitting the system. It makes sense to me. I would be looking to offload him. Now, we did a video on this a couple of days ago, and this is regarding Tammy Abraham. Now, that has thrown a very fresh, exciting twist to all of this, because Tammy Abraham is now for sale from Roma. This is perfect. In my opinion, perfect. I mean, I don't know the value yet. I mean, as I record this, okay, this is all a little bit early, so it's a little bit slightly behind what's regarding that news. So I don't know what the price tag is. But if West Ham could do some sort of form of swap with Tammy Abraham to go to Roma, it'd work for both parties. He goes back to Italy. That's what he wants. And play for Roma, the team he supports. And we get someone like Tammy Abraham who would fit our system so much better. A great goal scorer, England international. It ticks all the boxes for me. It really, really does. But it's a big decision for West Ham this summer. They've got to get it right. But I think, from the outside looking in on this, it makes sense that we look to offload Scamacca this summer. It really does. He's not happy. It's evident he's not happy. And he looks like he'd rather go back to Italy. He spends all his bloody time there anyway. So I'd rather that be the case. Now, what we're reading at the moment is, as I said, the Roma twist is very exciting. And one I would be really leaning towards if I was, working for West Ham. But however, Juventus are keen. Juventus also are very keen, and apparently are willing to spend money and buy him. That's really big. Another new rumour was also AC Milan looking for a loan. I don't know whether that will happen. I don't think we'll do that. As I've said, West Ham's budget is reliant on player sales, but loans won't suit us. So I'd kind of rule that out. I don't think that will be the case at all. My feeling is, this is my gut feeling on all of this, is that I think Scamacca will go this summer. I've been quite leaning towards that now. I didn't, probably a month or maybe a couple of months ago, I didn't feel that way. But as I've said, that behaviour in terms of not watching our semi-final, that annoyed me. That to me screams, I'm not happy at this club. I'm not, basically, I'm not interested. How can you not want to watch your own team in a semi-final? Crazy, absolute crazy. I don't care if you're a Roma fan. If I played for Everton and then be in a semi-final, do you think I'd want to miss that to watch West Ham? You wouldn't, would you? You'd show you show your fan base that you're loyal to them and you want to be a part of it. That just screams that he's not, in my opinion. Sorry. So I'd like your thoughts on this, mate, because I know some people have got different opinions as it doesn't bother them. So I'd like to know whether people agree with me or not, because maybe I'm being a little bit too sensitive on it. Maybe I am, but it's still, I'm sorry, it bugged me. I don't like it. My feeling is Scamacca will go. I really do think that now. I think the club will look to offload him. Tammy Abraham is the one for me. If not, though, Juventus will offer us money, and if they want to pay the 35 million, we can recoup what we paid for him. I've got no argument with that. But yeah, my opinion, Scamacca is on his way.